In Stellar Metamorphosis, I reviewed in a previous video, I will link that on the bottom, why stars are comprised of iron and nickel in their cores, and then build other material on top of it, forming the mantle and then the land. Here I will review Alexander Oparin's structure of the sun and my own. I refer to myself in third person. I don't know why I did that. But there is a main difference between the structure of his version of young stars and my version. Here it is. Oparin versus Wolynski, structure of the sun and young stars. It is noted the main difference between Alexander Oparin's structure of the sun and Jeffrey Wolynski's. And I'll just go ahead and read this out to you. Mr. Oparin takes a stance that the center of the sun is a red-hot liquid nucleus on page 18. I'll link that on the bottom of this video. And this is where him and I differ greatly. The sun as it stands is hollow. It is too young to have formed a core, as core development happens as the star evolves. In other words, the star is hollow and core development happens as the star gets older and more solid. When it's young, it's too hot and plasmatic to have any core at all. It's just too hot. The material is too thermodynamically repulsive. The surface of the young stars, like the sun, signal the material is much too hot to even be liquid, but exists in its ionized state, which is, subject to electromagnetic forcing, and becomes gaseous as it cools, and the gas condenses into the central regions of the star, forming the core. In other words, the plasma cools and recombines into gas, and then the gas deposits the solid and liquid structure overviewed in the stellar core synthesis review I had in an earlier post. This inward falling material would cause the star to shrink and cool, forming the core as it gravitationally collapses. Core development is an end result of a star's evolution. Young stars, like the sun, do not have cores. This is a very important point I wanted to make because Alexander Oparin was a Soviet scientist back in the 1920s who hypothesized a lot of interesting things concerning life. Him and I fully agree that the evolution of a star ends in the formation of life itself, and I also review that in another video. But this is very, very important for me to differentiate Oparin's theory with my own, because, well, basically I just have to differentiate it because this is an original theory on my own part. I did not take his writings and make them my own. I came upon this discovery on my own terms. Unfortunately, history is going to determine otherwise in the future, and there's nothing I can do to change that. I just have to get it all out there as it comes. Alright, I think that should sum it up.